Hey, welcome back to Trek Chat, a podcast brought to you by Trek on the Tube. Welcome to a bit of a special episode. I am your usual host, Sean, but I have no one joining me today. I have no guests. You've probably noticed by the runtime that this is already going to be a bit different. And this is a bit of a holiday season New Year special episode that I wanted to do, and I wanted to go over some of the things that will come out maybe this year. And thank you all for being here and listening along. So without further ado, let's get into this. First of all, yes, this is the first day of 2021. We are the 1st of January 2021, so I hope everyone had a fantastic holiday season, a 2020 holiday season, and I wish you all the best of New Year's. I wish you all the best of 2021s. I hope that everything will go well and that all your projects will be accomplished. I know 2020 was kind of a rough year for a lot of people, and a lot of you guys were just waiting for it to end. So let's cross our fingers and hope that 2021 is a bit of a better year. So what's in store for me? What's in store for you guys when it comes to Trek Chat in 2021? First of all, I don't know if there are many of you guys out there that listen to this that don't know about my YouTube channel, Trek on the Tube, and maybe not. I'm hoping there are at least some people that don't know about the channel. I know it may seem strange to wish that people don't know about the channel, but that's why I started Trek Chat in the first place. It was to reach an audience, a different audience, and also different creators. I know that there's a lot of creators out there, a lot of podcast creators that aren't necessarily comfortable or simply not interested in creating video content or being on other platforms. And so I thought maybe this would be a good idea to use this project to potentially reach those creators and eventually collaborate with them. Also, new audiences. I very much understand why some people don't want to go onto the YouTube platform. There's a lot of drama that goes on there. Twitter, it's the same thing. There's a lot of drama. I get a lot of good out of those platforms. You kind of just have to, I suppose, select who you want to talk to or what you want to talk about. But yeah, so this is a kind of non-drama creative outlet, I guess, for a lot of people on here. Anyway, 2021, Trek Chat. What's in store? Well, first of all, I've got, and I don't want to get too precise with the guests lined up, because sometimes things happen, sometimes things don't go the way they were initially planned, and guests have to cancel, or sometimes I have to delay things, and so guests can't come on, etc. But hopefully, I'll be getting a whole new set of guests. There will be some usuals coming back, the almost co-hosts, you could call them, Fathery from Text Trek, Starfleet Boy. They're my good friends. They're my good friends, so they'll be coming back on. Anytime I want to chat about Star Trek, they are there for me 100%, so it's great to know that I can rely on them. Hopefully, I'll be getting Jessie Gender on this year, and I don't want to put her on the spot by announcing her before this thing is even recorded, but it's something that's in the works. Jessie Gender. Dan the Commodore also. I recently went onto his podcast and we had a nice chat, and he should be coming on too. Topic-wise, I think nothing is going to change too much in the course of 2021. I'm still going to do the same kind of topics, just general Star Trek topics. Sometimes we can focus on specific things, specific themes. Sometimes we can get sidetracked and just talk about whatever the hell we want, because that's the fun of it. The fun of it is just to have a Star Trek conversation, nothing too precise, nothing too exact. As for the format, things are going to stay the same. I must admit that I don't have time to start pumping out episodes weekly. I am probably doing too many things at once. I've got one Star Trek channel, one just general movie review channel. I've also got two podcasts if we count Captain's Personal Log, and there's all the other things that I want to do in life, including, spending time with the family, with wife and baby on the tube. So yeah, maybe I'm forcing myself to do too much. Maybe I'm pressuring myself too much, but I like never being bored. When I'm at home, when I'm out and about, I never get bored because I always have something to do, and that drives me, that motivates me. So yeah, one episode a month. That's what this format will remain at. I know it took a bit of a while to get there, and I thank you all for your patience. I thank you all for sitting through this conversation, which is just me rambling on. But I also thank you so much for sticking with Trek Chat. It really does mean the world to me, especially considering those those few false starts that we had. The first episode, the second episode took like 9 months after the first one to come out. Anyway, getting back to the format, yes, one episode a month. That'll be the release schedule for 2021, and as usual, now it's become kind of a habit. It'll be on the first of every month. When it comes to potential topics, as I was mentioning, it'll probably be the same thing, although, considering Star Trek Lower Decks will be released internationally on the 22nd of this very month, so the 22nd of January 2021, Lower Decks, and I think it's on Amazon Prime, will be hitting international waters. I don't know if all of the countries will be getting it, but, well, you'll have to look that up. Most countries, from what I understand. So, starting next month, so February, we will be able to start talking about Lower Decks. I'm probably not going to make a Lower Decks specific discussion, but it's a good thing to know that it can now come up, because we kind of dodged that subject when we had Irish Trekkie and the Trek Collector on. We kind of didn't want to talk about it because it hadn't been released internationally yet. So yeah, that's good news. Star Trek-wise, 2021, from what I understand, is confirmed Prodigy. We don't have an exact date yet, but that is the new show that will be coming out. Star Trek Prodigy. It's an animated show. This is 3D animation, so it's not 2D or traditional animation like Lower Decks is doing, even if Lower Decks does blend a bit of 3D animation into it. Star Trek Prodigy is aimed at children. It's supposed to get the new audiences, the really young audiences, hooked on Star Trek. Mike McMahon, creator of Star Trek Lower Decks, has 2 kids, and he's talked about it. He said that he has one that is 2 years old, one that is 6, and they both enjoy Star Trek Prodigy. He's not involved with that production. I'm just saying that he's got younger kids and he's watching. He has them watching that show, which is good news because I have a 2-year-old daughter and I would like her to start getting into Star Trek. But of course, you know, Discovery, Picard, and Lower Decks aren't exactly appropriate for very very young audiences. I don't want to turn this into a news thing, but just in case you haven't heard, Captain Janeway is coming back. Captain Janeway is returning for Star Trek Prodigy, and yes, it's Kate Mulgrew that is returning. She is reprising the role. We don't yet know when or where this is placed in the timelines. We don't know if this is a prequel we don't know if this happened before Star Trek Voyager or the events of basically the Berman era. We don't know when this is going to take place, so we don't know if it's going to be a younger Captain Janeway. We don't know if it's going to be an older Captain Janeway. I think most of us are betting on an older Captain Janeway simply because Kate Mulgrew has aged over the years and her voice is getting a bit older. Anyway, Lower Decks Season 2 might come out in 2021. I'm kind of betting it is, to be honest, because it would seem like production on that show, especially the second season, is really, really going fast. It's really going quickly. So I'm expecting Viacom CBS to kind of want to put out 2 shows in 2021, and I think Lower Decks and Prodigy would be a good bet. Because Picard Season 2, even though production is underway, I don't think it's nowhere near getting released. Neither is Strange New Worlds, neither is Section 31, and neither is Discovery Season 4, even though production is underway for all of those shows. Section 31 probably being the one we're the most misty about at this point. Yeah, so many shows coming down the pipe. This is terrifying for me because on my YouTube channel, I review these things. And then, of course, even though I don't want to get into too much speculation, I'm assuming we're going to get some short treks with all of that as well. Interesting to think that maybe in 2021, the 2 Star Trek shows that we're going to get are going to be animated. Imagine that. We get 2 new Star Trek shows in 1 year, but both of them are animated shows. That's so interesting. And I don't know if I need to tell you this. I don't know if you guys need to know this. But yes, all of these animated shows are very much canon. They are official releases. And they do officially count in the standing story of Star Trek. It's not because they're animated that they don't count. They very much do. Much like the animated series, the original animated series that came out in the 70s counts just as much as the original series. Alright, I think that about wraps it up. I do want to take the time to mention that yes, I do have a YouTube channel, Trek on the Tube. You can check that out on YouTube if you're interested. I'm betting most of you guys know that I have that channel. I also have another channel which is unrelated to Star Trek, which I just started. It's called ABTG, as an absolute bullshit True Greatness. That's the rating scale, the rating spectrum that I use to rate new films and, any kind of film and any kind of TV show that I review and that I talk about over there. I also have another podcast called Captain's Personal Log. If you want to check that out, I do a character called Captain Sylvia Trent. He's a bit of an interesting one. There's a lot of swearing. It's pretty explicit. It's a parody. It's a parody show, and the episodes are very short. It's just kind of like it's an outlet for me. I can vent on that thing. It's all improvised too. Nothing is scripted. It's all, I don't know, ad-libbed, improvised, improved. I don't know how you want to call it, but yeah, it's just me pretending to be Captain Sylvia Trent, and then Captain Trent goes on a rant. Basically, I have episode 3 in the pipes. Yeah, that's it. A big thank you again to not only all of the content creators that have come on to this show and helped me forge Trek Chat into what it is, but also a big thank you to everyone out there, all of the audience, all of you people that have been listening in, tuning in, and investing your time into these episodes, into this show. It means the world. Thank you so much. I don't mention it often on here, or I mention it never on here, but I do have a Patreon set up. The link is patreon.com/TrekOnTheTube. It's not a Trek Chat specific account that I've set up. It's just the one that I use for my channel. But of course, the funds that go into that help me create everything that I create. It helps me create for all of the channels and all of the podcasts, all of the shows that I do. You can check that out and become a patron if you'd like. Thank you so much. And of course, as I was saying earlier, I do have a Twitter account. I'm pretty active on Twitter. Again, it's the same thing. I'm Trek on the Tube on Twitter. Sometimes I go by the name Toddy, but that's just the name. It's at Trek on the Tube. I have a pinned tweet up there, which is the timelines, the current timelines of Star Trek. In case you're a bit lost with everything that's going on. You can check that out and see where all the shows take place and what's happening with them. Okay, I wish you all yet again a fantastic 2021. I hope everything will go well. Thank you so much yet again for tuning in, and I can't wait to put out new episodes for you all. That's it for now. Next month, things will be back to normal. We'll have a discussion. It'll be me and 2 guests as usual. That's how it goes. Alright everyone, I love you so much. And live long and prosper.